Hi everyone, I hope you're having a beautiful day. This video is for pregnant mamas or mamas that are wanting to get pregnant. I'm going to talk about some of the herbs that I took with all 4 of my pregnancies. All of my babies were born at home naturally with a midwife. 3 of them were water births. And it was the most empowering decision I've ever made, but it was also the most educated decision that I ever made. And I took a lot of herbs and ate extremely healthy throughout my entire pregnancies, even after into the postpartum. And I truly believe and truly saw that is why I didn't experience any complications, and I did really, really well throughout all of my pregnancies. But I want to share a specific formula that I used, and I only knew about it with my last 2 babies, and it made a huge difference. So it is called the Birth Prep Formula. This is Dr. Christopher's. And it has blessed thistle, black cohosh, false unicorn, red raspberry, lobelia, pennyroyal, and squavine. And I'll show you the list of herbs. And you can see all of these on drchristophersherbshop.com. And it gives a little bit of a description of it, but I'm going to give you kind of my inside view on it. So, like I said, I only used that with the last 2 babies because I didn't know about it yet. And what you do is you use it only during the last 6 weeks of your pregnancy. And what this does is it helps get your uterus ready for birth. So it actually helps you have more Braxton Hicks contractions towards the end. And the more Braxton Hicks contractions that you have, the faster and easier your labor and delivery is going to be, because your uterus is a muscle. And so every time you have those contractions, it is just preparing it for your labor and delivery. So my first 2 babies, my first baby was born in 12 hours, which is not bad for a first baby. They always take the longest. And then my second one was 15 hours. So like I said, I didn't know about this formula with those 2. And so when I took this formula with my last 2 babies, they were both born in 3 hours. Exactly. And I've shared this formula with hundreds of women over the years, and they have had very, very similar experiences. Very short labors and deliveries and no complications. And actually, another thing that I noticed too with utilizing this formula was that my milk came in so much faster. So I didn't have to wait that horrible 48, sometimes more hours before my milk started to come in, and you feel like you just have nothing to feed your baby. And some babies, especially if you have bigger babies, they come out just ravenous. And so, yes, they're receiving that colostrum, but I also definitely noticed that my milk came in faster. And like I said, I definitely prepared my body, and I ate a vegan diet throughout my whole pregnancies, totally plant-based, organic. And I also used red raspberry leaf tea and comfrey leaf tea and alfalfa. So I got all of those in leaf form, and I would make a quart of it a day. And I just did, there's no science to it. I just did 1 part alfalfa, 1 part comfrey leaf, and 1 part red raspberry leaf. And red raspberry leaf is very good also for the female reproductive organs. It helps with your uterus. It actually gets your breasts ready, your glands ready to create milk. So I noticed a huge difference with how I took care of my body and how I went through my pregnancies and then into my labor and delivery and my postpartum. And I healed so much faster, and I didn't bleed as long, and I didn't have any complications at all. Another herb that I took was wheat germ oil. So wheat germ oil is your plant-based source of vitamin E. So you never want to use an isolated chemical. So any kind of over-the-counter vitamin E capsule is going to be an isolated chemical. So wheat germ is the plant source, the whole source of vitamin E. The reason why I took wheat germ oil throughout my pregnancies is it helps your skin become elastic. So it helps with the elasticity of your skin. So you won't get stretch marks, and more importantly, you won't tear when you're giving birth. So I'm a very small woman, and my biggest baby, I had my first three were very big babies. My biggest baby was 9 pounds 11 ounces, and I gave birth to him at home and in the water, and I didn't tear at all, and I didn't get stretch marks, and it's because I was taking that wheat germ oil. And so what you want to do is you want to take 2 capsules twice a day, all the way up until the last 6 weeks. And then when you start taking that birth prep formula, which is the last 6 weeks, you want to go down to 1 capsule 2 times a day. So between the wheat germ oil and the birth prep formula, and then, like I said, I was drinking alfalfa, comfrey leaf, and red raspberry leaf tea. I was drinking a quart of that a day and eating a vegan, plant-based, organic diet. And I was exercising all the way up until I gave birth. I noticed a huge difference with my labors and deliveries and just my whole health during my pregnancies. They were very easy, even though I had such big babies. I was never uncomfortable. I didn't get hemorrhoids or varicose veins, and that's also caused by calcium deficiency. So that is why I was drinking the alfalfa, because alfalfa is extremely high in calcium, and that's an inherent weakness within my family, and it's also extremely common in pregnant women because your calcium gets depleted from your body to help build that beautiful baby that you have. So you have to make sure that you're getting enough nutrients so that you don't experience those types of issues. So I hope this was helpful, and don't hesitate with any questions and comments below. And I will put the link below where you can see at drchristophersherbshop.com, where you can see all of these formulas that I talk about. It gives you a little bit of a description. And like I've always said before, if you order directly from me, I will give you a 10% discount. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day. Mahalo.